Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad.
position. That's one ball by Tuskin. Just a bit of shape. Back into the right-hander. Dara just managing to get that bat down in time. Done for some pace as well. He was beaten off the pitch. There was some extra bit of pace. Hashin Bandara. So it's about competing. This young side, it's about competing. It's about how you come and really play fearless cricket. That was the plan. That was the motto. I think the bowling and fielding. Fielding has been outstanding. Fielding has been very good. Bowling has not disappointed. We've had cases or we've had patches where they have disappointed, but overall, you would say that the bowling deserves some credit. But it's the batting. It's the top 6 or 7 where somebody needs to be the finisher. Somebody needs to bat long. Somebody needs to play the anchor. That's the role, that's the player that needs to emerge from this lot. And that's what we don't see as yet. Maybe I thought might be Nishanka, the way he set about, the way he was trying, or the way he was shaping. But let's not forget, we got Niroshan Dikwala not playing in this game, but more than capable pro and customer performer. In the side, not in because he's done anything wrong. So in a scenario like that, these young guys really need to grab this opportunity with both hands. Talking about the batsman. Cut away. Just be one. And I'm in total agreement with you when you talk about that, Roshan. What you'll find is you have a few lesser experienced batters in the lineup. Puts an extra bit of responsibility on the senior players. Talked about the captain laying a foundation with Gunatilaka. They played a fair bit of cricket. Kusal Mendes walks in. The importance that he keeps that middle order together, as we've seen what Rahim do in the first ODI and today. And if those guys don't do that, there's no opportunity for the younger guys to bat around them and get to learn what needs to be done. So, yes, it's good that Sri Lanka cricket have taken a view that they want to give opportunities to some of the younger players who have shown glimpses of promise, whether it be domestically or turning out for the A side. But when they go to that next level, they need to learn from senior players. He needs to go and bat there for 20 to 25 overs with Kusal Mendes. Okay, tough period now. The bowlers are allowed to bowl well and keep us to 3 runs and over, even though we need 5.5. But if we bat through this period, we'll catch up later if we are still here. So those are some of the lessons that need to be learned from the youngsters, but they'll only learn those lessons if the senior players that are in that batting lineup are spending time out in the middle with them. It's 109 for 6. For 6. I get your point. I fully endorse what you say. Yes, I agree. Gunatilaka Pereira, Dhananjay Silva, Kusal Mendes, they need to stand up. They need to be doing the hard work for the youngsters like Patum Nissanka and Ashin Bandara, who's in the top 6. But let me ask you a very simple question. If you're singing and you have nobody to help you, Do you sink or do you swim? Sinking and there's nobody to help you, Rashan. You're gonna sink. No, you got to swim. Get out of it or try. I get your question. Yes, of course, you've got to try. As you said, it's an opportunity for the youngsters who have been picked to say, hey, listen, I'm going to put my hand up here. I'm going to show you that I've got the ability to perform at this level. I may not be setting the world alight now, but I've shown the ability to be able to improve with time. Just take the first ODI as an example. He's looking good. No need to play that shot at that time. Had he given himself a little bit more time, batted a bit longer, put Sri Lanka in a good position, batting through the middle, got himself confidence at the beginning of the tour, probably gone on to get some more runs today.
Exactly right. That's the message you need to be looking for. Simply because you have to understand that these guys are in at whose expense. We've spoken about the senior cricketers not in the squad. We spoke about sitting on the bench. So they are here sacrificing some rims. So what's the opportunity cost? That's what you need to analyze and understand. 111 for 6. It's time for some drinks.
Into the innings. 108 balls to go. They still require 136. And, this is how the wickets have fallen today. First one for Shoriful. On the international cricket, that was a brilliant catch by Captain Tommy Bigwell. I think Gunatilaka will be disappointed. One man out on the cover boundary. That long hop straight down his throat. And, this catch was a good one by Kami Mikbal in the end. Short delivery, makes it bounce. And this was Mahdi Hassan Miraj getting rid of Isal Mendes. And then a lack of foot movement from Dhananjaya on the pad. And the last man to go, Shanaka, looking for the big slug sweep. He managed to get the top edge. So this is what the Sri Lankan scorecard looks at the moment. Pretty disappointing. A couple of 20s, haven't managed to bat through the innings, haven't managed to build partnerships from the top of the innings. That's exactly why they find themselves 6 down for 111. Bangladesh bowlers have been good. 2 wickets apiece for Shakib and Mahedi, the 2 spinners, and 1 each for Mustafizur and Shoriful, the 2 left armers in the side. Mustafizur Rahman, just the 3 overs so far. 1 wicket for 11 runs. Comes back into the attack, replacing Taskin Ahmed.
One of the things that was distinctly visible in that batting lineup was almost every batsman did get a start. Let's not forget that. They got into their 10s and 15s and 20s, which is an indication that a reasonable amount of hard work has been done. And it's about carrying on from there. Arthur and Ran Flower, they must be under some pressure, I can tell you. Ran Flower, the batting coach. Mickey Arthur, the head coach. Absolutely positive soul, if you know Mickey Arthur. He's a very, very positive soul. Likes to look at the positives, always looks to try and encourage, looks to build players. But he must be going through under a lot of pressure as a coach. Because a coach, unfortunately, or fortunately, is judged by results.
Absolutely. Can't question the ability of the man. He's been at the top of world cricket for a long time. As expected, when things aren't going well, the pressure will be there.
That's all we want, boys. Put the runner, buddy. Very 36 to 40, boys. Very good, very good. Yeah, runner tonight. Okay.
It's quite interesting. 33rd over. Mustafiz only bowling his 4th. Nicely struck and well fielded. The reason why I say that is because when he comes on in the middle part of the innings, he starts to bowl a lot of slow balls. We'll come back to that. And this is Shoriful on one-day international debut. Very nice action. Braced front right leg, tall arm, delivering from just about 12 o'clock. Very similar to Mustafizur Rahman. He opens up just a little bit more and releases the ball just a little bit to the left of that high midpoint. I expect, of course, because he's a lot taller, Shoriful will release the ball from a higher point. And I was just talking about, I'm surprised that he hasn't bowled more with a newer ball, Mustafiz, because he does get the ball to shape when it's new. And once he comes in the middle overs, doesn't get the ball to move around a lot, bowls a lot of cutters. Yes, here and there he'll get wickets, but definitely not as effective as he is with a newer ball at the beginning of the innings. I would expect that you'll try and use him as much as possible then to try and effect as many breakthroughs as possible. 33 overs gone, 112 for 6. 135 runs still required. And run rate now
Coming, boys.
0.6 below 8, 7.94. After what we saw the other night, Sri Lanka, we believe they still have an outside chance with Hasaranga at the crease. In theory, they do. In theory, they do. Hasaranga can repeat his heroics from their first game, but as we know, it's not an easy task.
Long on, boys. Coming, boys.
He's in a big hole. He needs to come out of it.
He's just got 4 wickets remaining, 135 of 101. So again, he needs to bat out of his skin.
Hello.
game in hand. It's been tough work for the Sri Lankans. Put up a fight in the first ODI, but they've really fallen apart in this one-day international. Still needing a lot of runs, 131 of them, and they haven't got too many wickets in hand. Lakshan Sandakan. Well, you don't expect 9, 10 and Jack to perform with a bat if your top and middle order have not. Can't expect too much from him. A man who is so adept in foxing the batters and taking wickets. Taken 2 for 14 so far in his 5th over. Mustafizur Rahman has a slip and a gully, rather wide. Let's just hurry on to that shot.
That's the last wicket. Mustafizur Rahman just forcing the batsman who was looking to clear that fielder of mid-off. Players are elated, and why not? They've returned to the winning ways and on the verge of a historic series win against Sri Lanka.
Just not the winning ways, it's just the manner, the emphatic manner that they've gone about, so clinical in their performance. You'd have thought, as we see a run being taken, you'd have thought when they batted and they're a little tardy, losing early wickets, but then Mushfiqur Rahim's wonderful innings and a partnership with Mahmudullah Riyad, the repetition from the first ODI, got them to a strong position. Since then, Bangladesh have not looked back. 35 done, 118 for 8.
ভাই ওভারেটা পিছে যাইস না আবার চল ভাই স্লিপ লাগবে
Sri Lanka are on their knees, 118 for 8 after 35 overs.
সাকিব আমারে লাগবে
260 gets most for Bangladesh in ODIs. He needs one more to become the highest with the bat or with the ball. He's there.
Into the 8th over, 2 for 31 at economy of 4.33. He missed out with a bat, so did Mehdi Hasan Miraj, but both of them come back. ODI career, you can see 269, the wicket so far, garnered by him. The moment a question of survival. Just confirming. There you go. Most wickets, 269. Mashrafi Mortuza, prior to this, Shakib Al Hassan has joined him. And lesser number of matches, wicket time to get to that 269. Very impressive. Mashrafi Mortuza did take one more wicket, but he was playing for the Asian 11 in ODIs. But for Bangladesh, they're equal now.
Good effect. How was that? Hey, short field leg এখানে একটা দিয়ে নে ক্যাচ আরে দূর
26 runs needed of 86 balls. Going through the overs very, very quickly, the Bangladeshi spinners. Content just play defensively at the moment. Trying to play out the overs. Just feel that batsmen will be just circumspect, won't throw away the wickets. Nicely played off the back foot. Chase on by Tuskin. Trees gives a single of the last ball of the 36th over. 128, 122 for 8.
খেলা কিন্তু শেষ হয় নাই ভাই মিরাজ শেষ হয় নাই ভাই কামাল নিজের বোলিং শিখেছে টিমের জন্য ভাই
দিন ধরে একটা গন্ধ নেই লাগা কোচিং দেন না
কামাল
বলে উদান না তুমি করে আমনে আপনি আমরা কইতে হাতে হাতে বাইরে এলে ফোন দিতে পারতো আমি আমার আমি তো
Second ODI of the
হ্যাঁ
Bangabandhu ODI series, Bangladesh
হাঁকাটা
posting
বুঝতে পারে
246.
এখন আমি
They bowled
কইলে
out,
আমরা
but
ডাক
after
করছি
that,
হাতে
Sri Lanka
মাফ
really
করতে পারে
collapsing, not making an impression. 36 overs they've faced, they've lost 8 wickets. Still a long way off. Two needed for Bangladesh to win this.
You're mentioning about being clinical on the field, and Bangladesh remained clinical, grabbing those catches. It was a brilliant catch from Tamim Iqbal, and that was again Bangladesh hold on to those catches, which has been a
কি
big
লাগবো
problem
বাংলা থাকতে
in
কইবো
the
না
last
কি
two
লাগে
series, as
ভাই
they have
তাইলে আই
dropped
কয়
8 catches overall in the last two series, and 6 of those came in New Zealand. So Tamim Iqbal mentioned that they want to work on their fielding department and catching as well, which is one of the biggest reasons they have done so well in this series.
Well, there's another one. Well, disappointment from the batsman, and the smiles break out. So very important to take the catches, and today they've been in top order while pouching the catches.
Tamim Iqbal showing the way to how to grab those catches. He has taken his third catch of the game, and undoubtedly Mustafizur Rahman is back on song, picking up wickets for his side, and it's been almost over for Sri Lanka now. Bangladesh are all over Sri Lanka. They are on 1-2 for 9.
কিসে কাম দেখরান ইন্না লিল্লাহ ইন্না লিল্লাহ আয় কোন কি
122 for 9. Dushmanta Chamira, the last man in for Sri Lanka. Mustafizur Rahman has picked up 3 wickets, conceding just 16 runs from his 6 over 5.2 overs. The left arm seamer has picked up 3 wickets in the previous game, continued his fine rhythm. There's a slip, a gully, point cover, mid off, mid on, and here he comes.
ইন্না লিল্লাহ ইন্না লিল্লাহ মাফ করে দিও আল্লাহ
Mustafizur picking up yet another wicket. Soft dismissal straight onto the hands of Tamim Iqbal at mid-on. Wicket number 3 for Mustafizur Rahman. He picked up 3 wickets in the first match also. Hunting in pairs by the Yasun Miraj and Mustafizur Rahman. Once again, Mehdi Hasan Miraj, you're living up to his reputation. 3 for 28 in 10 overs for him. And what this win does, and it will take Bangladesh right at the top of the standings. They are placed at 4. The top 4 have 40 points. 10 points for the victory will give them the number 1 position in the ICC Men's Cricketer World Cup Super League. Excellent work from Bangladesh. That's exactly what Tamim Iqbal and his troops would have hoped for. Again, a really good delivery. Happy times for Bangladesh.
indeed, and they have done the process right, which has been the highlighting factor for Bangladesh in this series. Going back to Mustafizur Rahman tonight, he's bowled at the length deliveries more, but those wickets he's got through the bowling at slot. He's really mixed it up as well, and there's also a short stuff there for Mustafiz, and he's coming around the wicket now.
Yes, yes,
122 for 9.
Go and run to. Oh my. Shabash boys, shabash boys. Good Shakib, good Shakib.
Yeah, he just needs one more wicket. That's what they need, Bangladesh, to go 2-0 up in the 3-match series. And if he does go on to pick one more wicket, then he will go across Mashrafi Murtaza tally of 269, equal at the moment with Mashrafi Murtaza. Shakib Al Hassan. It's a disappointing performance from Sri Lanka.
ভালো ভালো ভালো
Remember, Bangladesh were in tremendous amount of pressure. So many things said about Bangladesh when they were on tour to New Zealand. They've come back very strongly at home. That's what was expected of him, of them, the whole team. They've not disappointed at all. Have already started and it's pouring down. They will try to put over as quickly as possible. Just going back to the point that I was trying to make, Mazhar. If he does, I mean, if they can come back and get an opportunity, and if Shakib does pick up that last wicket, he will become the highest wicket taker in all 3 formats for Bangladesh. Right, we've seen this a couple of times earlier on. This time it looks like it's pretty heavy. Bangladesh in a very, very comfortable position, restricting Sri Lanka to a mere 126 for 9.
Rain has also been consistent today, Parvai. It's been a stop and start game so far today. It's almost at the end of the game, but still it has one more time forced the groundsman to come over and cover the pitch and ground. They have done a really good job so far. The groundsman. What do you reckon, Bangladesh's bowling performance or Sri Lanka's batting? Which ones you prefer?
Well, I certainly prefer Bangladesh's batting. Obviously, Bangladesh putting on the runs on the board, Mushfiqur Rahim, simply incredible. Have a look at what Sri Lanka has done in their outing with the bat. Have a look at that top 7 or 8 batsmen. Everybody in the double figures. That has been the problem. Getting into the double figures and not converting those starts into a big one. 126 for 9. Excellent bowling from Bangladesh. Bhutan picked up his first wicket. That over the skipper. Samir Iqbal taking a very good catch. Well judged. It was flying over his head. Had to jump and time it to the perfection. Vishal Perera departing in that fashion. Then you're talking about catches. Kept on holding on. This was Mustafizur Rahman. is a very, very good catch. Bit of a fumble, but never easy running backwards. Again, Tamim Iqbal taking a fine, fine catch.
Backpedaling not easy as you mentioned, and then Mehdi Raj trapped the batsman leg before. Mendes was the man this time. He's been bowling really well in the recent times, and no wonder he's now ranked 5th in ODI bowlers list. And Shakib Al Hasan then trapped leg before. Dhananjay De Silva, he was rooted at the crease and then hitting that on the back leg. Shakib Al Hasan. Mehdi Hasan Miraj then picked up with another wicket, this time Dasun Shanaka tried to play that over the deep mid-wicket region but only manages to get an outside edge. Mahmudullah Riyad completes an easy catch in the end. It's been a disappointing show from the batsmen, especially the top as you mentioned. And this one just dragging the batsman forward. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, a classical off spinner dismissal. Batsman trying to go over the field. Head and then Hasan Miraj has improved a lot as a bowler, so has Mustafizur Rahman, continuing fine rhythm, picking up Bandara, who went out. After scoring 15.
তামিম ইকবাল যে উইকেটের কথা আপনি বলছিলেন, এবং আজকে তিনি একটা এক্সপ্লোসিভ একটা মুডে ছিলেন, সুতরাং তাকে যে ফিরিয়ে দেওয়া গেছে এবং জোরের সঙ্গে খেলছিলেন, কনফিডেন্টলি খেলার চেষ্টা করছিলেন, তো তারপর কিন্তু ছন্দটা আর ওই শ্রীলঙ্কা টিম আর ফিরে আসতে পারে না।
অ্যাজ এ ফিল্ডিং ইউনিট তামিমের ওই ক্যাচটা লিডিং ফ্রম দ্য ফ্রন্ট, বলি না ক্যাপ্টেন সেট অ্যান এক্সাম্পল, তো ওইটা থেকে পুরো টিম কিন্তু উজ্জীবিত হয়েছে। যেমন সবাই তাদের 100% দিয়ে ফিল্ডিং করেছে এবং বেশ কিছু আউটফিল্ডে ক্যাচও আমরা দেখি। রাকিবের একটা ভালো ক্যাচ। সো ক্যাচিং নিয়ে যে আমাদের দুর্বলতা রিসেন্ট পাস্টে ছিল, সেই জায়গাটা খানিকটা কাজ করা হয়েছে, বাড়তি মনোনিবেশ ছিল খেলোয়াড়দের, কাজ করেছে। তিনটা ক্যাচ
জমা পড়ছে এবং তিনি সফলতার সঙ্গে সেগুলো ধরতে পারেন। উইকেটের পতন ঘটেছিল সেখানে 50 রান কভার যখন করে অন্তত শ্রীলঙ্কা, তখন তাদের একটি উইকেট, খুব রানে তাদের দ্বিতীয় উইকেটের পতন ঘটে। কিন্তু তারপর দেখুন কি তড়িৎ গতিতে এবং ফাটাফাট উইকেট গুলো পড়ে গেছে। 71 রানে তৃতীয়, এরপর 77 রানে মাত্র 6 রান বাদে চতুর্থ, পঞ্চম উইকেটের পতন, তারপর 104, অর্থাৎ আর 10-11 রান অ্যাড করেই আবার ষষ্ঠ উইকেটের পতন, তারপর 114, তারপর 10 রান যোগ করে সপ্তম, তারপর 116 রানে 8 এবং 122 রানে 9। অর্থাৎ প্রথম উইকেটের পতনটার পরেই কিন্তু তারা আস্তে আস্তে শুরু করলো এবং কনফিডেন্স লেভেলটা তাদের পড়ে গেল। অর্থাৎ একজনকে তো লিড করতে হবে বাংলাদেশ দলে, যেখানে মুশফিকুর রহিম সামনে থেকে লিড করেছেন, একজন বিপজ্জনক হয়ে উঠেছিলেন কারণ তিনি কিন্তু টিকেছিলেন। তো ওই অ্যাঙ্করশিপ যে কেউ প্লে করবে, নাবিক হয়ে জাহাজটাকে আস্তে আস্তে এগিয়ে নিয়ে দিয়ে যাবেন, তো সেখানে কিন্তু কাউকে পাওয়া যায়নি। এবং বাংলাদেশ বোলারদের বিশেষ করে ওই সাকিব আল, দেখুন তারা কি দুর্দান্ত বল করছে, এবং ওই শ্রীলঙ্কা প্রিডিক্ট করেছিল তারা এই দেশে নেমেই যে বাংলাদেশ সাধারণত স্পিনে করার চেষ্টা করবে, সেজন্য তারা নাকি ভালো করে যথার্থ পড়ালেখা।
বেটার বোলিং টুডে। আপনি সাকিবের কথা বললেন, আপনি মেহেদী মিরাজের কথা বললেন। মিরাজ তো আউটস্ট্যান্ডিং, টানা 2 ম্যাচে, আগের ম্যাচে 30 রান দিয়ে 4টা উইকেট, আজকে 28 রান দিয়ে 3টা উইকেট, প্রতিদিনই 10 ওভারের কমপ্লিট করেছে। তো তার কাছ থেকে এই যে রেগুলার বোলিং সার্ভিসটা কনসিস্টেন্টলি, এটা ক্যাপ্টেন তামিমকে অনেক বেশি আত্মবিশ্বাসী করছে যে হ্যাঁ আমার ধুনে একজন মেহেদী মিরাজ আছে, খুশি মতো বিভিন্ন সময়ে প্রয়োজনীয় ব্রেক থ্রুর জন্য ডেথ ওভার্সে, মিডল ওভার্সে। আর সাকিব তো চ্যাম্পিয়ন একজন খেলোয়াড়, অভিজ্ঞতায় টইটম্বুর, সেখান থেকে দুটো উইকেট তিনি তুলে নিয়ে কিন্তু দলের জন্য তিনি কতটা ক্রুশাল, কতটা এফেক্টিভ একজন প্লেয়ার।
এবং দলের জন্য তিনি বিশ্বকাপে আমরা দেখলাম 3 নম্বর পজিশনে খেলতে, এবং তিনি শতকও হাঁকিয়েছেন সেখানে। এবং তৃতীয় শতকটা যখন হাঁকালেন ওই চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স ট্রফিতে, তখন একজন ধারাভাষ্যকার বলছিলেন যে হি লাভস আইসিসি টুর্নামেন্টস, সেঞ্চুরি করার জন্য আইসিসি টুর্নামেন্টসকে
টুর্নামেন্ট। এবং সেখানে হলো আমরা সবাই গৃহবন্দী হয়ে গেলাম। তামিম সোশ্যাল মিডিয়ায় যে আলোচনা অনুষ্ঠানগুলো উপহার দিলেন হয়েছে এবং খেয়েছে সবাই। তো এখানে একটা মুশফিক, তামিম মাহমুদুল্লাহকে নিয়ে আসলেন, মাহমুদুল্লাহকে এবং মাশরাফিকে নিয়ে আসলেন। এই 4 স্টালভার্স নিজেরা আলোচনা করছিলেন। সেখানে মাশরাফি, মুশফিক, তামিম তিনজনেই মাহমুদুল্লাহকে একটা স্পেশাল কমপ্লিমেন্টস দিলেন যে না, আপনি তো দলের জন্য আপনার নিবেদন মানে অবিশ্বাস্য। আমরা তো উপরে ব্যাট করি, অনেক সময় পাই, আমাদের সামনে সুযোগ থাকে সেঞ্চুরি করা, হাফ সেঞ্চুরি।
সেকেন্ড আমরা তো আমাকে রাগ করি বলিস না তুমি তুমি কোন ঘুমেন বেলে কোন দিতে সকাল তুমি ঘুমেন বেলে সকাল তুমি ধরি যে ঘুমবে নাইলে না খারাপ হিংকে আসলে খারাপ করে করিয়ে দেখো না কোন বেলে যে মাছ খাইতেছে না আমরা কোন বেলে সকাল তুমি ঘুমবে নাইলে এখনো কয় কোন বেলে লয়ে তো এলাই আমি তুমি মালাই কোন আপনি মোবাইল লয়ে আনেন মোবাইল ইয়ে করে দেন এটা এটা থাকে এটা এটা থাকে কত নম্বর পড়বো না দেখছি হ্যাঁ ডাউনলোড করতেছ হ্যাঁ বুঝি না আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ তা আইব কতক্ষণে কত দূর আইছে আব্বা ও তো অনেক মেলা দূর বাকি আছে কেন? 11টা বাজবো, হ্যাঁ।
Pretty sure the players would. সিলেটি ফারারি
দামান করে কথা খাওরে বাটার পান যাইবার কথা কও যদি খাইটা রাখমু খান দামান দামান করে কথা খাওরে বাটার পান যাইবার কথা কও যদি খাইটা রাখমু খান দামান আইলারে নয়া দামান আসমানের তেরা বিছানা বিছাইয়া দিলাম শাইল দানের নেরা দামান আইলারে নয়া দামান আসমানের তেরা বিছানা বিছাইয়া দিলাম শাইল দানের নেরা দামান Change the
FM.
Hey mama!
বৃষ্টি থেমে গেছে, প্লেয়াররা মাঠে নেমে গেছে। হ্যাঁ সেটাই, প্লেয়াররা মাঠে নেমে গেছে, বৃষ্টি থেমে গেছে। তো আপাতত একটা উইকেটের সন্ধানে মোসাদ্দেক হোসেন সৈকত, তিনি প্রথমবারের মতো অ্যাটাকে এসছেন এবং বহুদিন পরে ইন্টারন্যাশনাল ক্রিকেটে আমি দেখতে পাচ্ছি মোসাদ্দেক হোসেন সৈকতকে, বিশেষ করে ওডিআইতে অনেকদিন পরে তাকে দেখতে পেলাম। সো আমার ভালো লাগে, ওনাকে একটু পারফর্ম করলে আর একটু বেশি ভালো লাগে। আজকে মোটামুটি একটা ইনিংস খেলেছেন, 10 রানের সম্ভবত 10 রান না 11 রান করেছেন। সো যদি নেক্সট ম্যাচে সুযোগ পেয়ে যান তাহলে আর একটু ভালো করতে হবে এবং ভালো করে দলে জায়গা পাকাপোক্ত করতে হবে, তাহলে আসলে ভালো হবে। কারণ আমার কাছে মনে হয় যে মোসাদ্দেক হোসেন সৈকত মিডল অর্ডারের বেশ
Surrender. That was not expected, but we expected after a good series, test series win against Bangladesh at home. New look side would carry on, fight, compete, and promise of good things to come. There's one more game left in the series, Roshan. The bigger question for the Sri Lankan team is, can they come back strongly and go back home with a win in the series? It's still a possibility. Nicely played. Should be cut off. It is. And that's the kind of positiveness you need to have even after two not very good games in the series. It is a 3-match series, but certainly I'm hoping that they come back strongly as a team in the third and the final match.
That's it high. Might be taken. No, it's not. Just bounces out of the hand of Tamim Iqbal running back. I certainly believe they can, Rata. I certainly believe they can. And I also hope they will. Because they need to salvage something out of this tour. That's another look. Not just for the sake of Sri Lanka cricket, but for the sake of themselves. And I definitely believe that the squad they are carrying has the potential. 128 for 9.
And who are the players you think, Roshan, can make an impact? We've already seen 150, that is 74 from Hasaranga, as we see that a difficult chance. They've been very good, especially Tamim Iqbal. He's already got 3 very good catches. He's also got one running backwards. Not an easy one. But apart from Hasaranga, we haven't seen batsmen getting in and converting those starts. 7 or maybe 8 of them today got into the double figures.
In terms of players who could make an impact, well, each one of them selected is based on their potential and what they could do or what they have achieved in the past. Out of the squad here, there is Niroshan Dikwella sitting out, and a highly experienced player, and I guess he will be forced now into the side. There's also this young off-spinning all-rounder Ramesh Mendis, who can use the long handle balls, good off-spin, so that could be another option. But there are young cricketers, but it's about how they absorb the pressure, how they learn. We discussed this earlier on in the first game, where it's a learning curve. We all accept that. Isarudana is swinging and swinging wildly, and he gets a 6. He's going to go down fighting. He will definitely not die wandering. Gave himself a bit of space and over long on.
It has been the batting which has been the problem for Sri Lanka. And you need to find not just 1 or 2 batsmen. You need to find a few of them who can put their hands up and say, okay, we've had 2 poor games, but we need to get ourselves organized and ensure that we have a better game in the third and the last match of this Bangamandu series. Easier said than done, Roshan. You mentioned the young team that Sri Lanka has selected. But then, having said that, it's also great opportunities for the youngster to make a bigger statement.
Not just the youngsters, Kusal Pereira the opportunity to establish himself as a captain and top batsman. Kusal Mendis, Dhananjay De Silva, then Dasul Shanaka to step up and take the roles of the seniors that have been rested or not considered for this game. So opportunities were plenty if players were willing to take that chance. But sadly, in the first 2 games, we haven't seen that. Sri Lanka's white ball performance anyway hasn't been anything that has excited too many people. Well, this would mean their 8th consecutive loss outside Sri Lanka, which is not really something that people want to talk about. In Test cricket, the Sri Lankans have competed. I mean, they have drawn 1-0.
খানা আগে ডাউনলোড করিলে
You had to bring that in, right?
কি দেলাই ডাউনলোড করিলে
I'm just whilst accepting the fact that the white ball team has been the best. Another swing
17%
and another 6.
এটাই করতে
He's going down with all guns blazing.
Yeah, I can understand the
Indian
frustration. But that's how you start to believe in the youngster, the new look side. The teams have now started to think for future. And hopefully they can come back and play a much better game of cricket in the last one-day international here against Bangladesh. Bangladesh was smashing in all 3 departments of the game. Mushfiqur Rahim picking up a very good 100. Pitch! Just falling short of the fielder, long off Tamim Iqbal. That's it. 141 for 9. Bangladesh, according to DLS method, has won by 103 runs. A very, very good and a convincing win. Doing it in style. Mushfiqur Rahim will be a happy man. So will he. Russell Domingo was under pressure.
Yeah, this is the first time that the Bangladesh have beaten Sri Lanka in a series, either at home or away, and that's a very creditable and thoroughly deserving a series win. In the 50th game between the two countries, Bangladesh have registered a very convincing win by 103 runs, courtesy the DLS method. But either way, I must say that Bangladesh outplayed Sri Lanka in both batting and bowling. The only place that the Sri Lankans really rubbed their shoulders with the Bangladeshi counterparts was in their fielding. The outfielding and catching were very good, but as far as the batting and bowling, I'm afraid it has left much to be desired. So the formalities with the game being done and dusted. Bangladesh winning by a massive 103 runs. And Sri Lanka has a lot of soul searching. And they'll have to go back to the drawing board. A lot of work to be done. With a 2-day break between these two games, and they'll have to really go back and discuss, look at once again how they overcome some of the obvious mistakes the Sri Lankan batting made in particular. So Bangladesh winning by 103 runs. And that is a very happy Bangladesh unit. Mushfiqur Rahim will be pleased with his batting performance. His 8th ODI 100. And what an innings it was. And let's try and show you some highlights. This is how the Sri Lankan innings started. Pursuing a target of 247. Kusal Pereira and Danushka Gunatilaka looked to try and get them off to a good start. Kusal Pereira was the first to go, courtesy of outstanding catch and mid on. And a debutant getting a wicket. Pathum Nissanka looked far more steady and solid. With some good shots, some fine signals. Danushka Gunatilaka also worked hard. And there was a partnership that was brewing. And then Danushka Gunatilaka getting a short delivery, finding the man on the boundary at deep point. That was the point I thought that Sri Lanka never really recovered. Kusal Mendis had a brief moment to try and enjoy or celebrate, but then this was Pathum Nissanka done by a quicker delivery and a very good running catch by the captain, Tamim Iqbal, yet again. Kusal Mendis, feet going nowhere, trapped on the back foot. So was Dhananjay De Silva. Shakib Al Hassan skating on with the arm. Datul Shanaka did come in and look to play a few shots, and then his ambitious long sweep resulting in a catch to big wicket off the top edge. Sri Lanka kept losing wickets quite steadily. Ranidu Hasaranga tried hard to repeat his heroics. Don't forget, he had a wonderful outing with the bat in the previous game, but not to be this time. Done by the craft and guile of Mehdi Hassan Miraj. The turn of Asim Bandara on the lead off. That was the sorry tale of Sri Lankan batting with Lakshan Sanakan being dismissed just before the rain break. And then afterwards, just for 2 overs, Sri Lanka came in and Surudan and just kept throwing it back. Into massive sixers, but it was of no avail. Sri Lanka losing by a massive margin of 103 runs. Right, that's what happened. And that's the final result, 103 runs. Bangladesh winning, courtesy the Duckworth Lewis method. And this is again a final look at the Sri Lankan scorecard. Once more, if you look at it, Gunatilaka 24, Pereira 14, Nisanka 20, and almost all the other batsmen, including Udana, getting into double figures. But the problem is not being able to kick on and make something big. The partnerships too, well, hardly anything to show, with the best partnership being just 29. When you're chasing a target of 246, I'm sure that's not something to be too pleased about. And that is a massive issue that the Sri Lankans will have to address. Let's take a look at the Bangladesh bowling. Maybe Hassan once more very consistent. Don't forget he did get 4 wickets in the previous game. 3 here. Shariful, quite young, making his debut impressive. Mustafiz 3 wickets. And Shakib Al Hasan used all his guile and experience for his 2 wickets. Right, let's show you the match summary. Bangladesh, a very impressive 246, with Mushfiqur making 125, Mahmudullah 41, and Sri Lanka in reply 141 for 9. 40 overs, leading Bangladesh, or handing Bangladesh a very easy win by 103 runs. And the series is 2 games to go. Time for a break, but don't go too far away. We'll be back very soon. Post-match.
ডাউনলোড হয় না গো, এত ভাই সামনে গেছে কিন্তু ভাবি দিয়ে গেছে